tuned into Black Hollywood Live, the world's first digital broadcast network devoted entirely to urban entertainment and pop culture. Tune in right now.
What's up, everybody? We're back for another episode of Black Hollywood Live, The Trend. I'm your host, Derrial, Christon, and joining me is the beautiful Courtney Stewart. Say what's up, Courtney.
Hello, everybody.
We got a very special guest today. I wish we could have him in studio. I wish this wasn't a Zoom. I've been so excited about this interview. We got Black royalty, Black TV royalty, Dorien Wilson in the house. That's I'm calling a spade. I'm giving the truth.
Wow. Y'all make me sound, it seemed like I'm ancient.
No, that's a compliment. Listen,
just iconically talented.
Thank you so much.
I mean, I won't even start with the list. Moesha, the Parkers, In the Cut. I mean, you have paved the way for so many shows that are the Black comedy shows that we've watched in sitcoms. And I mean, how does it feel even just to be in the industry and just to know that you are one primary reason that there's been so much success in Black sitcoms?
Well, I don't know if I'm part of the reason or not, but I appreciate that. It's been amazing to have this longevity that I do have. I'm so blessed and thankful for God and the people that I surround myself with, which are my close friends and truly my family. But this industry is so, crazy and up and downs and, but to be able to stay consistent and to have a job, to be able to say I am a true actor, working actor, has been such a blessing.
And you're working on a new show right now. And we're excited. We want to hear all about that too. Let's talk about that, and then we'll segue into some other stuff. I got so many questions for you. I'm like, I don't know, we only got like 30 minutes. I'm like, I gotta select what I ask you, so I don't have you on the phone for like 5 hours.
Which are we talking about? Howard High here?
Howard High.
Let's talk about Howard High.
Okay, because I have a couple, and I'm going to let you know. But Howard High, I'm so thankful and excited that it's made it to the air. We did this as a labor of love. The cast is incredible. It's a bunch of up and coming newcomers. So very, very talented, acting, singing, dancing. The dancing is off the chain. Chris did a beautiful vision with a job with his vision. The storylines are amazing. I get to play kind of a shady kind of dude. He's the superintendent of the school, and he knows that Howard High is kind of going under. Their academic scores aren't high enough. There's not enough money for funding. So I give Brian White's character, principal, the daunting task of turning the school around because I know he's going to fail, and somehow manages to put it together. But it's a must see. It's definitely the dancing and the singing is of the caliber of You Got Served, which I was a part of many years ago. So I'm very excited about it.
What is it when you find scripts? Because you seem to have found some really great comedies that you've been a part of. What are you looking for something when you read a script that you see and you're like, I want this and this is going to be great?
That part is the paycheck.
You're like, it's real simple. It's real simple. Is it green? And can I deposit it?
What's my motivation? The paycheck. Fortunately, I have been so blessed and fortunate to fall into some really great scripts, some really good people that I've worked with over the years. The show that I am on right now, another show called In the Cut, that's on Bounce TV.
Bounce TV.
We just completed our 7th season of the show. I'm so very proud of it. I'm one of the executive producers of it. Another all-star cast. But it's helmed by Bentley Evans. You might know him from Jamie Foxx show or Martin. He's one of those pioneers dudes that has paved the way literally for us. And he always had that foresight, that vision to surround himself with very talented people that he keeps in his arsenal. And so when it came about, I worked with him, 20 odd years ago on Martin. And you know, he remembered me from that, and everybody that's a part of the show has worked with him in one endeavor or another. He says, "Hey, man, you up for another television show? You know, are you ready?" And I'm like, "Yeah, let's do it." So we have great writers, and the ability to kind of add our own flavor to it.
Yeah.
Once we get what the writers want, and they're set, you good? Then they Bentley lets us play, and we can, you know, kind of just put it out there. So that's always kind of been our process, even on the Parkers. A lot of the stuff that you saw was not in the script. So, but we also had great writers, but we were the hot mess. It was like a bunch of kids playing with each other, and we got a paycheck at the end of the week. You know, we would have did it for free. Well, no, not really, but it was a great day, you know. But yeah, we just played around. So it's good to have good writers, but also working opposite of great people who are quick and can embellish.
Well, it also obviously speaks to the caliber of your work. I mean, to be asked to come back to shows your skills. Let's just be real. I mean, it shows your skills.
That. Thank you.
So
I'm trying to be humble, man. I'm trying to be humble.
Hey, listen, it's Black Hollywood Live. You don't got to be humble. Everybody knows who you are. It's all good.
We hear the love on you.
And thank you.
Yeah, we're gonna give you all the love and the light today.
All right.
It's all good. No,
until you stop the cameras and that. I'm just kidding.
You know, well, I want to speak about this because you have had such a long career, and now we're in a place where there's so many opportunities, so it seems, for Black actors to be, you know, there's the digital space, there's the streaming space, there's networks are looking more at Black actors now and greenlighting more shows, so it seems.
Yes.
But with that, do you think that there is more opportunity to have a long career like you have in this industry at this point with all those different things and all of those different places?
Absolutely. They are looking for content out there. So a lot of the young people that I mentor, I tell them the more that we write, produce, and direct and do our own thing, you know, it's only going to put you in a better position to be hired. But right now, there's so many streaming networks and you know, what have you, that are out there that are looking for good content, and you know, and it's enables us to do more and more work. Right now, I have several projects that I'm working on, and I'm doing a lot of behind the scenes stuff as well. Exec producing a new sitcom that hopefully, once all this is done and said, it'll be out there. But it's called Grown Ass Women, and it's about 4 African American women. Can't tell you too much about it right now, but Wendy Raquel Robinson from The Game, and a bunch of Steve Harvey Show. She's one of the leads, and she's also one of the executive producers. But we're working on that right now, so we have, you know, things ready to go. I'm also working on a one-man show that I did many years ago, but it enables me because I'm homebound to be able to work on it by myself and whatnot and tweak it. But I did it many, many years ago when my mom passed away, and it kind of was a dark time for me. It's called Unringing the Bell. And if you don't know, unringing a bell is once a bell has been rung, you can't unring it. And the way that it pertains to life is when a situation happens to you, there's nothing you can do about it. You accept it, release it, let it go, give it to God, and move on. And I play 7 different characters, all whom had something happen to them in their lives that they have to let go, let God, and move on. Me included. Like I said, it was a time when my mom had passed away. So I was doing some heavy drinking. My career wasn't where you know, it was supposed to be. And I tell my story. So that's exciting to kind of dust that off and revamp it. And I'll be touring that, you know, like I said, once all is said and done. So I got a couple of things that, you know, just trying to stay busy and not wait for things to come to me, versus staying proactive.
Yeah, it seems like now we're in a place, especially since we're all in this lockdown and in this industry where productions have basically disappeared for the moment,
right?
That you have to use this time to be creative and to,
absolutely.
It's not just about just being the actor anymore or the host. It's about writing your own project and putting it out there and creating something that when this is all over, you can present that,
Absolutely.
And that's where it seems like we're in that place. But how did you find that light for you to get through these ups and downs of the industry to come out of it and shine like you are?
Yeah, well, once again, I definitely attribute to having a strong support system. My friends and my family, especially, they keep me afloat. Like if I get the smallest job, if I played a roach in an Orkin commercial, they're just like, oh my God, the next Denzel. And so I have that. I don't have people who are naysayers who's going to pull me down, because you get enough no's as it is.
Yeah.
That one yes makes all the difference in the world. And I tell that to young people all the time. It's like, you may get a lot of doors slammed in your face, but it's only going to take one to catapult you into the next level. But you got to be prepared, be ready, get your training. You could be in the right place at the right time and have that right look. But if you have nothing to sustain it, if you don't know what you're doing, you're going to be a flash in the pan after that big movie because you got noticed, but you don't have your craft together. So
yeah, that's true.
That's very true. How did you find your way to acting?
It's the only thing I could do. So I'm just like, I don't know. I've always had a love for it. Even like when I was in the 6th grade, I was putting on magic shows in my room, charging my family like 50 cents to come in. And they're like, this is a piece of, I would recite Bill Cosby's stand-up routines and my brother Russell and stuff like that. So I always had it in me. And then when I was in high school, I took it to a whole nother level, doing theater, doing forensics, speech competitions and what have you. I'm
a forensic
third in the state, third nationals. Thank you.
Hey, I was second in the state.
What did you do? Dramatic?
I did dramatic interp and I did prose poetry and occasionally did duo.
Okay, did you do For Color Girls?
I did.
I love this right now. I love this moment.
There you go.
I love this moment.
Yeah,
I did.
You got it on But yeah, so that's it. That was it. And my big break. My wife and I were in the Bay Area many, many years ago. We knew no one, but I kept flying to LA for different auditions and parts and what have you. Finally, we were like, you know what, I need to get out here. So I did the waiter bartender thing for maybe 6 months. And in the 6 months, I would get bits, little bit parts and whatnot, but enough to, be like, oh, wow. And then like, that 6 month, I landed the role on HBO Dream On. And I was a series regular and I had no idea what that meant other than I had a job. So I'm trying to cover my waiter shifts and whatnot. And I got that first check and I'm like, I quit.
You saw Jesus.
Yeah.
You saw Jesus.
So, but that was basically it. And this In the Cut will be my eighth television show.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. So, wow. Yeah, it's a blessing. I'm telling you.
That's a beautiful thing.
I just did another show that I'm on called Cherish the Day. Cherish the Day is on Owned, Oprah's network, and I'm so blessed and fortunate to Ava DuVernay, cast me in this wonderful epic. And I get to do something totally different from what people are normally used to seeing me. I'm still funny, but it's a dramedy. And I get to play this millionaire the father of the lead character. He's a little bit of a drinker, and but he shows a good heart. So that was extremely fun, and just got finished filming that.
Well, congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
It's fabulous. I love Cherish the Day. It was great.
Yeah, it turned out so great. I loved it.
It's really beautiful.
Yeah.
And I think we're also at a very important and interesting moment in the industry. I mean, there's been a lot of change because COVID has affected productions being shut down. And as you continue to work, how do you see that affecting our industry as a whole? Because how do we, Tyler Perry just recently announced his plans on how he's going to continue his productions, but how do you think it's going to affect Hollywood in the long run?
Well, everybody's going to have to be creative. It's going to slow it down, and it has to a screeching halt. But like I said, for me personally, I'm just trying to stay busy, being motivated to create new content for when it does, does let up. We're ready to go. So have all our ducats in a line, and boom, we're in production again. But that's all I can do right now and foresee. Just being prepared when it does let up.
And what's something that you've learned about yourself through the years as an important lesson that has helped you to have this long career?
Oh gosh! Wow.
We're about to have our Oprah Winfrey sit down moment right now, Dorien. Come on.
True to yourself and believe in yourself. I don't know. I really don't. For me, I'm kind of touted as being an easygoing kind of guy to work with, and I never understood the Devo mentality of people, taking shit for granted, because this is God-given. It can be taken away anytime. And so, no, you can't get me a cup of coffee, Mr. Wilson. I can get it myself. Can I get you that whole thing? But I've seen it in this industry, so I try to stay humble. And once again, it goes back to the people that I'm surrounded by. They keep me that way. It's like, no, nigga, you ain't nobody but Dorien. Professor who? But no. Get in there. Yeah. I'm just saying.
I love it. You just kept it so 100. I love it.
Right.
So true.
I love
Keep it going.
Yeah.
What keeps you inspired to create and keep taking things to the next level? Even in the COVID crisis we're in, being in the house, sometimes some of us are kind of I want to be creative, but my energy is just not there. I don't know how to find it. How do you keep that going?
Let me speak on that one. I took a good month and a half sitting right here, but flat screen right there.
Oh,
I done seen every show on Netflix I ever wanted to, and just at first the little COVID wait was cool, and I'm like, oh, look at that, look, and then it just got bigger and bigger, and I'm like, okay. So I started putting together a gym. I had a gym, but now I'm really fixing it up. I just knew that I had to start being creative and get up off this couch. And I can tell you, it's been 2 weeks now that I feel so much better, and just, mentally moving towards being prepared for when this does let up. But it was a sad situation for a second. I'm just like, I'm never going to work again. Oh my God. Why wasn't I up for this part? I don't remember. It was crazy. But, just staying busy.
While you're at home and you're looking at the screen, or even if you're just observing other people's work, is there a new up and coming actor or actress that you look at that maybe reminds you of yourself, or somebody that you kind of have your eye out for, that you're like, you know what? I can see them having a long career like myself?
Oh, wow. No.
No.
I see a lot of brothers and sisters who I think are amazing. I don't know if I've ever really went back and been like, oh my God, I got to remember that person's name. But there are so much young talent out there right now that I'm just like, I'm super impressed. I was watching The Chi the other day.
Great
and
show.
The lead actors from there are just amazing. And I love the fact that they are really taking unknowns now, that people that you've never seen before, and giving them a shot, because it makes it that much cleaner, and your mind is free to really accept them as that character or whatever. I will forever have the stigma of being professor till I die. But so it was a beautiful thing to get the opportunity to play this totally different character on Cherish the Day. But like I said, beforehand, I was classically trained. I grew up doing a lot of different theater for many, many years. I did all of Shakespeare and really dramatic stuff, slow dance on the Killing Ground, whatnot. But I landed in LA and get the job on Dream On for 6 years, and just touted as a funny guy, and it's like, I can do more. I got more than my holster here, but as long as I keep working, it's a good thing. But I'll always go back to theater too, which also enables me to do, this other wide range that I do have.
And obviously, I've heard that theater is something that is the best training that you could ever have in whatever form of acting that you do.
Absolutely. First and foremost, that's one of the things that I tell my students do. Get your training, but there's nothing like that training ground where you're doing every day and you're acting and you're being active on your feet, because you don't get another take. It's like if the doorbell doesn't ring or the phone rings and it's not supposed to happen, you got to be quick on your feet, and anything could happen. And every night is a different performance, so it's always exciting to me.
Yeah. Well, we were happy to have you on the show today. I mean, as I mentioned, royalty. I mean, just like I said, royalty.
Stop.
You got, just the listing of all the projects you have going on. I mean, we're excited to see all of them and many more from you.
Great. And we'll send you some clips, and hopefully you can use those as well.
Where can fans find you and get updates on all the projects that you're doing?
Well, I very rarely, but I'm on Instagram.
Okay.
And Dorien Wilson _ all lowercase. But there's an update of any time I have something new going on. You can check there, and I'll be promoting it tonight at 9:00 on Bounce TV. In the Cut will be performing, and also Howard High is tonight.
Oh, you got look at that! Look at you, two shows in one night.
Two in the same night.
The most I've seen in one day is six different shows.
Wow, that's
crazy.
That's huge. That's huge.
That's royalty, okay?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
So crazy.
I gave her proper title.
It's crazy.
Yes.
It still gets me. So anyway, thank you guys so much. I appreciate you having me.
We appreciate it. We'll have you back once the studio actually we're able to have people back in. We'll have you in the studio.
In studio, for sure.
Studio. Courtney, where can fans find you?
I'm all over the social medias at Stewart Starlet.
And I'm Derrial Christon. I'm all over social media. You can find me everywhere, and I'm sitting at home watching Netflix until this quarantine's over.
On behalf of our BHL staff, we would like to thank you for tuning in to Black Hollywood Live, the world's first digital broadcast network devoted entirely to urban entertainment and pop culture. Check out our Black Hollywood Live YouTube page for even more great programming and amazing content, and be sure to subscribe and like our channel when you do. I'm your BHL host, Nakia Monet, and you can find me on all social media at Kiki Boom Boom or at Black Hollywood Live. Black Hollywood Live, Hollywood redefined.